During the full-scale war, Ukraine received more than 5,000 Phoenix Ghost drones from the United States, about which almost nothing is known publicly. Forbes was recently allowed to look behind the curtain of secrecy behind which this mysterious drone is hidden. These drones are manufactured by a little-known American defense contractor, Aevex, whose factory is located in Tampa, Florida. For a long time, the location of the drone's production remained secret, since the Americans were genuinely afraid that Russia would try to disrupt the plant's operations. But the secrecy regime has not been completely lifted to this day. Therefore, for example, in order to protect factory workers from persecution by the Russians, all identification marks and even fingerprints are removed from the drone components before they are sent to Ukraine. Although Phoenix Ghost drones have been supplied to Ukraine for about 2 years, there have been no reliable photos or videos of them being used on the battlefield. And because of Pentagon secrecy requirements, the Ukrainian military has been tight-lipped about the drones. Now that those restrictions have been relaxed a bit, Forbes journalists were shown both the Aevex factory in Florida and even the drones themselves. As it turns out, the Phoenix Ghost is not a model, but an entire drone program that produces several varieties. Journalists were shown 4 drones, but there are others that remain secret for now. Aevex co-founder and CEO Brian Radwanz said that until 2022, his company did not produce drones, although it was involved in this industry. But they managed to break into the market thanks to their ability to quickly adapt to the needs of the customer, nominally the Pentagon, but in fact the Ukrainian armed forces, and dynamic changes in the battlefield. In this, the startup managed to go ahead of other American companies that have long been producing drones using outdated technology. In early 2022, the Pentagon was desperately looking for drones to quickly provide to Ukraine. Then the US Department of Defense issued a short and unusually broad request: create a system that will reduce the movement of a large armed organization. In other words, keep tanks from rolling into Kyiv. Then Aevex teamed up with Tribe Aerospace, which already had a small production facility in Tampa. This is how the Phoenix Ghost program was born, in which the Americans tried to create the cheapest possible attack drone. It was a crazy period of hard work and rapid prototyping. We were up for 24 or 48 hours going from one event to the next, maybe only sleeping on the plane on the way there, sleeping in airplane hangars around the world in boxes. Joe Register, co-founder of Tribe Aerospace, told Forbes. The Americans were simultaneously supplying drones to Ukraine and working on improving them, trying to make them quieter and less visible to radar. The model, called Dagger, has performed well in Ukraine. Even when the Russians shot it down, the drone was still useful. After all, it cost only $49,000, less than the much more expensive air defense missile the Russians spend on it. According to the manufacturer's calculations, shooting down one Dagger cost the Russians about $500,000.
Explosions were heard in Kiev early Friday morning as Russia launched several ballistic missiles at the city, according to Ukraine's Air Force. According to Kyiv city administration head, Serhiy Popko, at least one person was killed in the attack. City Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said at least 9 people were injured. Falling missile debris caused damage and sparked fires in 3 districts of Kyiv, city administration said. The attack damaged a domestic gas pipe and a heating distribution pipe, disabling heating for 630 residential buildings, 16 medical facilities, and 30 schools and kindergartens, Kyiv city administration said. Prior to the attack, Ukraine's Air Force signaled high-speed targets and ballistic missiles flying at Kyiv.